You wake up at 2 a.m., shuffle to the bathroom. Go back to bed, wake up again at 4, shuffle again. By the time your alarm goes off, you haven't really slept, you've just been on shift. And the worst part, nobody talks about it. Not at the barber, not at the gym, not even at the doctor, until it gets so bad you can't ignore it anymore. But here's what I need you to understand before we go any further. The pain, the urgency, the interrupted sleep, they are not aging. They are inflammation, and inflammation has triggers. Triggers you can control. I'm Dr. Joseph Smile, and in 22 years of urology practice, I've identified the same 10 lifestyle habits destroying the prostate health of men over 50. Habits so common, so ordinary, that most men never once suspect them. Today, we count them down from 10 to 1. By the time we reach number 1, you will understand exactly why your body is doing this, and exactly what to stop doing tonight. Stay until the end. Number 1 will change how you think about every meal you eat for the rest of your life. Prostatitis is not just inflammation of a small gland, it is a thief. It steals your sleep, it steals your confidence. It turns every road trip into a hostage negotiation with your own bladder. It robs you of intimacy, of comfort, of the simple dignity of sitting through a ball game without mapping every restroom in the stadium. More than 50% of men will deal with prostatitis symptoms at some point in their lives. And yet the conversation, the real conversation about what feeds it daily, almost never happens. Until now, let's begin. Number 10. Your pants. Specifically, anything that grips your groin. Slim-fit jeans, tailored chinos, compression athletic shorts worn all day. Modern research confirms that sustained external pressure on the perineal region reduces blood flow to the prostate and the surrounding pelvic musculature. Think of circulation as a delivery system. Oxygen and nutrients going in, metabolic waste coming out. When snug waistbands tighten the lanes, the garbage piles up, inflammation follows. You've felt it, that heavy, dragging sensation after a long day in stiff denim. The tingling along your inner thigh when the belt finally comes off. The faint burn that only eases when you switch to lounge pants. Fix it tonight. Choose fabrics with at least 1% elastane. At home, swap jeans for soft joggers immediately. Your prostate doesn't care about fashion, it cares about blood flow. Number 9. Unbroken sitting. Office chairs, long drives. Gaming sessions that creep past 2 hours. The moment you park yourself without movement for more than 30 minutes, your pelvic floor begins to stiffen and clamp down on the prostate like a slowly tightening vice. Pressure mapping studies show measurable circulation slowdown within 20 minutes of motionless sitting. You recognize the signs, that sudden desperate need to urinate the moment a long movie ends. The aching perineum after a Sunday of streaming, pins and needles when you finally stand. The fix is brutally simple. Set a timer every 30 minutes. Stand, take 10 steps. Roll your hips. On long drives, the next rest stop is non-negotiable, not optional. 2 minutes of movement keeps blood moving and muscles relaxed. It costs you nothing. Number 8. The habit of waiting. You're on a call, stuck in traffic. Playing through the last 3 holes, and you think, I'll hold it just a little longer. While you wait, your bladder wall stretches, internal pressure climbs. And urinary backflow can irritate the delicate prostate ducts in ways that accumulate over years. Modern urologists now believe that chronic holding may more than double the risk of developing chronic pelvic pain syndrome. The correction is a mindset shift. Prompt, relaxed voiding is medicine. Map restrooms before long events. Take the aisle seat. Leave meetings 2 minutes early. Your bladder is not inconveniencing you. It's communicating. Start listening. Number 7. The fire on your plate. Capsaicin and volatile oils in raw onions, acidic tomato sauces, and vinegar-heavy condiments ramp up nerve sensitivity in the gut wall, and those nerves talk directly to pelvic nerves through a shared neural highway. Men in controlled dietary trials consistently report that pelvic discomfort spikes within 2 to 4 hours after a fiery meal. You've lived this. The extra hot wings on game night followed by 3 trips to the bathroom before midnight. The jalapeno-loaded pizza that turns the next morning into misery. You don't have to eat bland food. Swap cayenne for mild smoked paprika. Remove pepper seeds before cooking. Balance heat with yogurt or avocado. Warmth, not a 5-alarm blaze. Number 6. The nightly wind-down drink. Whether it's craft beer, red wine, or bourbon, alcohol dehydrates tissue at a cellular level and dilates blood vessels, making the prostate hypersensitive to inflammatory signals. Large population studies link consistent weekly drinking, not just binging, with significantly higher rates of prostatitis relapse. The pattern is painfully familiar. To nightcaps to relax, then up twice to urinate by 3 a.m., weekend drinks with friends, Monday pelvic soreness. Alcohol feels like relief. For your prostate, it's gasoline. The smarter strategy, cap at 1 standard drink, 3 times per week maximum. Always pair alcohol with an equal volume of water. Consider volunteering as the designated driver more often. Your body and your friends both win. Number 5. Your morning ritual. Caffeine directly stimulates bladder contractions and irritates the urethra as it passes through the prostate, a narrow channel that does not appreciate chemical provocation. Men consuming more than 3 cups daily report significantly higher urgency, frequency, and nighttime interruptions. You know the feeling. That mid-morning got-to-go right now urgency after your second large cup. The restless, jittery legs during a meeting. The 3 a.m. wake-up that started with a 10 p.m. espresso. Tame it gradually. Replace every second cup with decaf or chamomile tea. Switch to a smaller mug. Time your real caffeine for early morning so it fully clears your system before bedtime. Small change, dramatic difference. Number 4. The one nobody expects, stress. When cortisol floods your system, 2 things happen simultaneously. Systemic inflammation rises, and your pelvic floor muscles tighten involuntarily, without you feeling them do it. Over time, that constant muscular tension chokes circulation to the prostate, the same way a fist squeezing a garden hose stops the flow. Mind-Body Clinic studying chronic prostatitis patients found marked clinical improvement when men adopted even basic relaxation routines. The stress signals are subtle but real, a jaw you clench without realizing it. A core you hold tight during difficult conversations. Breath you don't even know you're holding. Box breathing. Inhale for counts, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4 for just 2 minutes. Progressive muscle relaxation before sleep. A 10-minute walk in open air. These are not soft suggestions. They are physiological interventions that directly reduce pelvic tension. Number 3. Not drinking enough water. When you're underhydrated, your urine becomes concentrated, acidic, and loaded with metabolic waste. When that acidic urine sits in the bladder, it seeps into surrounding prostate tissue and sparks irritation from the inside. Hydration studies show men reaching 90 to 95 ounces of fluids daily cut urinary discomfort nearly in half compared to men averaging 40 to 50 ounces. The common mistakes: treating coffee as hydration. Drinking only at meals, confusing thirst with hunger. The upgrade: begin every single morning with a full glass of plain water before coffee, before breakfast, before email. Keep a marked water bottle at your desk. Add sliced cucumber or a squeeze of lemon if plain water bores you. The goal is clear, not dark. Urine by early afternoon. Number 2. The life that stopped moving. The elevator taken instead of 1 flight of stairs. The golf cart chosen instead of walking 9 holes. The remote control that means you don't stand for 2 hours. The car parked as close to the door as possible, every single time. Time-lapse imaging of pelvic blood flow shows active men, Men who walk 30 minutes a day have nearly double the pelvic circulation of their sedentary peers. Double, that is the difference between a prostate bathing in oxygen and one slowly starving in stagnant blood. Movement pumps anti-inflammatory compounds through pelvic tissue. It keeps the pelvic floor flexible rather than rigid. It regulates the hormonal environment that determines whether your immune system is calm or permanently agitated. You don't need a gym. Walk 30 minutes daily. Do 5 bodyweight squats during every commercial break. Stand during phone calls. Park at the far end of every lot. These micro-decisions compound into a body that heals itself. And we arrive at number 1, the kingpin, the silent architect behind everything else on this list. The modern inflammatory diet, fast food, processed deli meats, packaged pastries built on corn syrup and hydrogenated fat, breakfast cereals that are essentially candy, deep-fried snacks cooked in industrial seed oils reused until they are chemically compromised, refined white bread and pasta that spike blood sugar and crash it within the hour. Here is what this pattern does to your prostate that nobody explains clearly enough. It keeps your immune system permanently on red alert. The immune system reads these processed compounds as foreign threats and responds with systemic, low-grade inflammation. The same inflammation that swells your prostate, stiffens your pelvic floor, and keeps you awake at 3 a.m. Recent dietary intervention trials found that men who transition from this pattern to whole food eating reduce their pelvic pain scores by more than 40% in just 90 days. Not 40% after surgery, not 40% after years of medication. 40% from changing what goes on the plate. The swaps are simpler than you think. White bread becomes sprouted grain. Deli cold cuts become sliced roasted turkey or salmon. Chips become raw almonds or carrot sticks. Seed oils become olive oil or avocado oil. Sugary cereal becomes oats with berries and walnuts. Think of every meal as a vote. You are either voting to pour fuel on the fire or to smother it. 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, that is 21 votes. Win the majority and your body begins to shift. Before I give you the final summary, I need to stop and ask you something directly. Do you know another man, a father, a brother, a friend, a coworker, who is quietly suffering through this right now? Who jokes about getting old every time he excuses himself at dinner for the 3rd time? Who hasn't slept through a full night in months but hasn't told a single person? Right now, while this video is still on your screen, share it with him, one tap. That share could be the most important health conversation he never knew he needed to have. And if this video helped you, if something here clicked, if something finally made sense, hit the like button right now. It tells YouTube this information matters, and it helps us reach the men who need it most. Subscribe to this channel and ring the notification bell. Because next week, I am releasing the complete 4-week anti-inflammatory protocol, the exact daily meal plan, the movement schedule, and the stress reset routine that takes everything you learned today and turns it into a system you can actually follow starting Monday morning. You do not want to miss that one. Now let's name the 10 enemies one final time. Tight restrictive clothing, unbroken sitting, holding your in. Fiery and acidic food, alcohol, excess caffeine, chronic stress, dehydration, a sedentary life, and the modern inflammatory diet. Individually, each one chips away at your comfort and your sleep. Together, they forge the chains that keep you mapped to restrooms, exhausted by midnight, and quietly losing confidence in your own body. But chains can be broken, not all at once. Not with a dramatic overnight overhaul, one link at a time. Tonight, pick the single easiest change on this list. Loosen your belt. Drink an extra glass of water. Walk around the block once. Swap 1 cup of coffee for chamomile tea. That one decision tells your body and your mind that the direction has changed. By the time 30 days have passed, you will not recognize how different mornings feel. Waking up rested instead of shuffling to the bathroom at 3 a.m. sitting through a full meeting without watching the clock, taking a road trip without planning rest stops like military logistics. You are not alone in this, and you do not have to simply live with it. You now have the knowledge, the map, and the first step. Take it tonight. I'm Dr. Joseph Smile. God bless you, and I will see you in the next one.